If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, I welcome you all to this new lecture in GATE Electrical Circuits. So today we will be solving again 5 questions from question number 136, 137, 138, 39, then 140. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. They have asked for the circuit shown in figure the Norton equivalent source current. So it is on from, now we are going into network theorems. So what is Norton equivalent theorem? So if you short it, what is the current? That is short circuit current, that is known as Norton equivalent. And if you see from this side, what is the resistance? That is Norton resistance or Thevenin's resistance. So if you short it this side, if you short this side, then you have two current source. So what you can do, you can apply superposition theorem to find this current. So if I short this one, if suppose this branches is shorted, this branch is shorted, and if I apply superposition, so one current will be due to, if I remove this one, remove means it will be opened. So one current will come through this from 6 and it will be divided into two parts. One will be this part, one will be through this part. So if I calculate the current, then that current will be divided into two parts. So what will be the current? So if ISC has two parts, one is due to this. So due to this it is 3 and 3 in parallel, that is 1.5, that is in series with 3, that is 4.5. So current will be 6 by 4.5. Total current this, and then half of this one is flowing through this. So it is 60 by 45 into half. So it will be 30, that is 2 by 3. 30 then 2 by 3. So you will have one current, that is 2 by 3 plus another current. Another current is which one? Now if I remove this one, if I remove means it is short circuited. So voltage source is removed. Now due to this, what will be the current here? So this current is flowing through this, and this there are 3 branches, 1 branch, 2 branch, 3 branch, and all are equal. So 3, 3, 3. So current will be also equal 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. Sorry, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. But you need this current. So this current will be 3 currents there are. Current was flowing one through this, one through this, one through this. So there are 3 branches. You can think of in this way. There are 3 branches. Current was flowing all these 3. So you need this current, summation of these 2. Because this current you need. So it will be 2 by 3 and 2 by 3 and 2 by 3. So because you need these 2 into 2 by 3 too. You are getting it? Because you need this current. So this current is sum of these 2, which is twice of each branch current. So it is 4 by 3 plus 2 by 3, that is 6 by 3, which answer is 2. Okay, now what is the RSC? Thevenin's resistance. If you look from this side, what is the resistance? Look from this side, this is short, this is open. So what it will be? This and this is parallel in series with this one. So 3 parallel 1.5 plus 3. So answer is 4.5. So current is 2 ampere, resistance is 4.5. From the terminal of AB, the following circuit in the figure is given to reduce to equivalent circuit of a single voltage source in series with a single resistor. So single voltage source with a single resistor in series. That is, it is nothing but they are asking Thevenin's theorem. Because in Thevenin's theorem, you have a voltage source and you have a single resistance in series to represent the entire circuit. So here it's same thing. So you will find what is the voltage, Thevenin's voltage and resistance. So resistance you see, if you see from this side, then these 2 are in parallel. So 4 into 6, RTH will be 4 into 6 divided by 4 plus 6. That is 2.4 ohm. So obviously your B and C, either of these will be the answer. A and D is over. Now what is the open circuit voltage here? So again you can apply Thevenin's theorem, superposition theorem. So if you short this one, you will find this, or you can whatever, you can take KVL also, you can take nodal also, whatever you feel better. If you take nodal, suppose if I take nodal, this is my reference node and this voltage I need to find. So one single equation will solve the purpose. So I need to this current plus this current equal to 1. So what is this current? This current I told you, this will be V minus 10. You can think this resistor, you can think this 10 this side resistor upside, then across this voltage minus this voltage is appearing, or you can take KVL also, simple. This voltage is V, you give, I have shown you in earlier cases, it is V minus 10 divided by 6. This current, what is the voltage across 4? So it is V minus 5 volt divided by 4. This should be equal to 0. So from here also you can calculate what will be V. I think if you calculate, it will be V 1 by 6, 1 by 4, 7 volt. So that is your option B. So in 139, Z1, Z2, Z3 is Thevenin's impedance. Now we can easily do it. With Thevenin's impedance, it is shorted. You look from this side, this and this in parallel with series this. So Z1 parallel with Z2, that is in series with Z3. But here calculation will take some time because direct conversion you may not have in your that on-screen calculator. So you have to remember how to do this conversion into polar to rectangular. Then you can apply trigonometry to find the answer. So I am not doing it. I think you can do it. And then Z3 is how much? 50 angle of minus 53.13. So if you put all these things, the product you can do because 60 will get cancelled. Product means it will be just added. So it will be 100 upside. And here you have to convert it into cos sine. 10 cos minus 60, 10 sine minus 60. Then 10 cos 60, 10 sine 60. One thing will get cancelled because of minus, sine will get cancelled. So ultimately if you do it, you will find it is 56.56 at an angle of 40. Two AC sources fed from a common variable load. This is given under the maximum power transfer condition. Now maximum power transfer theorem is there are two special cases in maximum. You remember only those cases. We remember generally only those cases and we try to do that only. So this is varying. We remember in this way. If it is resistance, then X should be equal to R to get the maximum. So this is case 1, maximum power, that is known as maximum power transfer theorem. Or you have a Z here, then what is the load it should be? It should be Z conjugate. So these two generally need to remember. But from where it comes? It comes from, you calculate the power here. What is the power here? What is the power of this load? I square into X, suppose. So what is I? That is V by R plus X whole square multiplied by X. So actually from where it comes, you differentiate this one with respect to X, then make it 0. That's from where you will find X equal to 1. So if you find something abrupt which is not in special two cases, these two cases are, these two should be fixed, these two should be fixed, only variable is the load, then only you write the answer, this and this. If it is not this, then you have to do something, you have to go to the basic from where it is coming, then only you apply this. This you can apply anywhere because this is where from it started. These two are the conclusion, and this is very specific for this case where these are fixed, these and these are fixed. So be very careful while applying maximum power transfer. So same here. If you see here, your load is varying and these are Z. So Z and R, but it is not. It is Z. It is Z star was, and it is, if it is R, then it is equal to R. But here source impedance is Z and variable is R. So what is better? You derive it. That's better. So you derive it like this. Suppose you have a voltage source fixed and you have a Z which has a fixed R plus JX. Now you have a variable Y, suppose. So what should be your current? What should be the power? So what is the power flow here? I square. I is V by under root R plus X square under root R plus, if you add this, then it is R plus Y. V by R plus Y, because this is also resistance, plus X square. I am not doing under root because you will be taking square because it is I square. So I is under root. So if you take I square, it will be 1. Now what you do, you take differentiation of this one, dPL with respect to dy, that equal to 0. From that you will find some conclusion what should be the answer. So anything beyond these cases you have to either differentiate or think. Differentiate is the better one. But if in some cases you will not get also concrete conclusion with differentiation, it will give you some abrupt, some negative value. So how can your resistance be negative value? So then you have to think your logic. So if I apply here, so it will be division law, and this constant you can remove because ultimately you will be equating to 0. So this square can be taken constant and it is 0. And the denominator is also, you can kept it as, you can forget the denominator also because it will be also 0. So it will also go that side, it will be also 0. So it will be denominator constant with whom I am differentiating, with what respect? With y. It is capital X here. So denominator constant, numerator, that is y differentiation is 1 minus numerator constant differentiation of this one 2 into R plus y. X is 0. Okay, now if you do it, it will be what we are getting, R plus y whole square plus X square minus 2 into R plus 2RY minus 2y square equal to 0. So now if you do it, it will be R square plus X square plus 2RY plus X square minus 2RY minus 2y square equal to 0. RY get cancelled and this is y square. So you will get y square equal to R square plus X square. So Now you got the conclusion. Your Y should be equal to, this is a good conclusion you got. This has physical meaning. Your resistance can take this value. So you got it. What should be your RL? RL should be equal to that whatever impedance you are seeing, source impedance, the magnitude of that one. So this is a different case, not as per your standard these two cases. These two cases are very specific. Resistance, then it is resistance. Impedance, then out load is also impedance. But here source is impedance, load is here resistance here. So now if you see here, what will be your Thevenin's resistance? You first convert it into Thevenin's, then you apply to maximum power. For Thevenin's, you remove this one, and you from this side you see the impedance. So this will be shorted. So you have two branches. These two are in parallel. So your Thevenin's impedance will be equal to half of this one. These two will be parallel. Parallel means half because they are equal branch. So your R should be equal to under root 3 square plus 4 square, which is equal to 5. So once you know 5, then you can do what they are asking, the power absorbed. Now you can calculate I, and you can, so again for that one, because I know it is now 5, so you can apply whatever you can apply. If I apply, because there is only one node is there, so let us apply nodal here, so that you can find this voltage. If you know this voltage, then V square by I you can do it. Okay, so what it will be, if I start from this side, so V minus this voltage 110 at an angle 0 divided by this impedance 6 plus J8 plus V minus 90 divided by 6 plus J8 plus V by this 5 is equal to 0. Again I am saying be very careful about these calculations. You will not have a luxury, because 6 plus 8 is 10, magnitude will be 10 and angle will be, I think, cos 36.86. You check this one. So these calculations you have to be very careful, because you will not get it directly in that on-screen calculator. So this polar to rectangular, rectangular to polar, you practice, otherwise you will get confused. So it will be 55.90 at an angle of minus 26.56. If you solve this one, I am not showing, you can solve it. So once you know voltage, if I know it's only magnitude, no angle, so angle is not required, so power will be V square by R. So if we have put it here, 55.90 divided by this, it will find 624.96, which you can approximately write at 625 watt. That is your option D. In the given figure, the Thevenin's equivalent pair as seen from this side. From this side you are seeing. So resistance will be, this will be shorted. So this is shorted means no current will flow through this. So only these two will be parallel. So RTH, you can directly say what is your RTH? 5. So obviously out of A and C, 1 will be the option. So again from this side, if you see Thevenin's voltage, if you see this voltage is 4, and this voltage, if you see from here to here, this is 10. So this 4 voltage is across this. So from by seeing only you can do it. Due to this, in between these two, the voltage is 4 volt. So, but both are equal. So 4 volt will be equally dropped here. 2. So this is 4 volt here. So across this will be 2 volt. Across this will be 2 volt. So your output will be, obviously you see this one. So it is 2 volt. So by seeing this only you can say it is 2 volt and 5 volt. Nothing to do here. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.